Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me once again for another Magic Review of either the latest or the greatest, right? Magic tricks. That's what we're talking about. That's what we like. That's what you and I have in common, right? We both like magic. So today I got one from hocus-pocus.com. This is Cheeky from Craig Petty. What is Cheeky? Cheeky is a trick deck. It's a trick deck, and I think for the longest time, it's been sold as a one-trick pony, right? This is Craig Petty's version, because he's done some modifications. This is his version of the cheek-to-cheek deck. Now, let me just start by saying, it is not my place to expose a cheek-to-cheek deck. If you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, you could find it on the internet, but it's not my place to expose because, I mean, sometimes muggles are watching, so I'm sure though a lot of you know what a cheek-to-cheek deck is. This is not a standard cheek-to-cheek deck, even though the biggest part of a cheek-to-cheek deck, yes, this is a cheek-to-cheek deck, but it has a few modifications. Craig Petty's taken it into the garage and he's done a couple tune-ups to it, kind of, jacked it up, given it four-wheel drive, put a Hemi engine in it, right? He's tweaked it. Those were car references. So yeah, Craig Petty has tricked out a cheek-to-cheek deck and then given you 2 hours and 30 minutes of tricks. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Alakazam, Craig Petty sits down in the studio and goes over everything with Harry, and you'll get the deck, right? It'll come in a little cheeky box. You can get it in red or blue. And then you get the download code. You're able to access that. So is it what I thought? Well, yes. I mean, and no. It was the cheek-to-cheek part that I knew. I didn't know how he modified it. So is it well made? Yes. United States Playing Card Company. And like I said, red or blue. Overall quality and production value of the video, filmed with Alakazam. And Alakazam makes great videos, right? Makes great videos. And oftentimes you'll get an over the table shot with picture-in-picture, which makes learning fun. As far as what they teach you, at first, Peter Nardi pops in and he introduces you to the deck and he shows you some different handlings. And then it cuts over to Craig Petty and Harry in the Alakazam studio. And first, he's gonna perform the classic Triumph effect. Cheek-to-cheek is a trick deck that allows you to do the Triumph effect very simply. Now, the great thing about Triumph is it's a wonderful trick that you could do with a standard deck, but a cheek-to-cheek deck makes it very easy. He'll teach the classic version. Craig's also going to give you some ideas of other classic tricks that you could do with cards from this deck. So just removing a few cards, he goes through some packet trick ideas that you could do with some of these cards. And then he's going to cover how to shuffle, right? You need that. Because the classic Triumph is taking a deck, splitting it in half, and shuffling face-up cards into face-down, and then being able to write all the cards instantaneously. And so it'd be nice to know how to shuffle. Then he's going to offer you several trick ideas. The first one is called Think, and this is where the spectator will look through a selection of cards, and they will think of a single card, not even tell you what it is. The cards will also all be shuffled together, face-up into face-down, and then magically, their thought of card will be the only one that appears face-up in a face-down spread. The second trick is called Gamble, and you'll start by doing the classic Triumph, shuffling face-up cards into face-down. You'll then split the cards in half, give half to your spectator, and keep half for yourself, and then you'll bet which one of you can sort the cards faster. And of course, not only will you sort them faster, but the spectator will find they didn't do anything at all. The third trick is called TARDIS, and this is a variation on Gamble. In this trick, the spectator is going to select one card and kind of keep that off to the side. And you're then going to take the entire deck and shuffle face up into face down. You're then going to give them the entire deck and have them write all the cards. And you'll time them. And maybe they do it in, 30 seconds. But you'll show them that you can take the deck back in time. You'll fan the deck one more time and show that the deck is entirely mixed up again. They did nothing. You'll then snap your fingers and take the deck back in time a second time, spread the deck face up, and now the only card face up is their selection. The next trick is called photo. This is done with an envelope, okay, a little manila card envelope, and inside that is a photograph. Now the photograph depicts a deck in a triumph state. Cards face up and cards face down. You'll put the photograph in the envelope and they will sign the flap. You'll then take the deck and have a card selected and lost, and then do the same thing, shuffle face up into face down. You'll then explain that the deck and the envelope are linked. You'll then, in a second, write all the cards except for their selection, and then when they open their envelope and pull the photo out, they'll see that now all the cards in the photo have righted themselves except their selection. The next trick is called ace. This is where you have a card selected by the spectator and you use the 4 aces to find their card. In a classic triumph effect, you are able to write all the cards except for the aces. You pull the aces out. Not only do they have red backs, different colored backs, but there's writing on the backs, and the writing spells out the spectator's card. The next trick is called back. It's an optical illusion. You're going to show the deck as having all backs. Every single card is a double backer. And then, through a series of cuts, you're able to pull 4 cards out that you say are the jacks, but to the spectator, they just look like double back cards. You then snap your fingers, and in a flash, the deck now has faces. You reach over to the stack of 4 cards and turn them over, and of course, they are the 4 jacks. The last trick is his monster trick. It is a signed ambitious card trick. You're going to start with a classic ambitious card. The signed card keeps coming back to the top. You'll then cut the cards in half and make the deck do the same exact trick. Their card keeps popping back up to the top. You'll then make it even easier and do it with 3 cards. You'll continue to put their card on the bottom, in the middle, but their card keeps coming back to the top. In fact, you could show all 3 cards look exactly like their card, and they're all signed. But you then point out that there's been a mystery card off to the side this entire time. You turn that card over, and it is also their signed card. Pocket space, it's mostly just the deck, right? There's a couple instances, we'll get to that, where you need some extra things, but for the most part, you're just using the deck, nothing else. In fact, I would even argue that even with the modifications that Craig has made, most of these tricks, if not all of them, could be done with a standard cheek-to-cheek deck. Angles-wise, if you know what a cheek-to-cheek deck is, then you kind of already know your angles. And inspectability, no, they cannot be inspected. Of all those tricks, there's no hard slights. I would say it's pretty easy to do. I think everything in this is a beginner's move. That's why he teaches you how to shuffle, because really that's the hardest thing in this whole thing. Setup and reset. For the aces trick, you'll need 4 alternate color aces, and you'll prep those with the writing on the back. And of course, for the photo trick, that one, you'll need the photographs and envelopes. Positives. Wow, what a variety of tricks, right? What a variety of tricks. Who knew that the cheek-to-cheek deck could do all these things? So that's so cool. And, like I said, great tutorial, because if you have another cheek-to-cheek deck lying around the house, you could apply a lot of these tricks to that deck too. Negatives, there was a couple. Technical issues. There was some popping microphone sounds throughout. So they were having a little bit of a microphone trouble. And I think the only other negative I would say is, all these tricks have the same premise as far as it being a Triumph deck. So I wouldn't do any of these tricks back to back. You're going to pick one of these tricks and do it. So it still kind of makes the deck a one-hit wonder, right? It still kind of makes the deck a one-trick pony, but you have lots of options. But I wouldn't do these tricks back to back, because it's the same premise as happening. But hey, that's everything I can say about Cheeky from Craig Petty. And if you've liked this video, or I've answered some questions for you, or maybe introduced you to a trick that you didn't know anything about, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and follow. Click all those buttons. That'll really help me out a lot. And if you want to purchase your own, you can visit hocus-pocus.com. Thanks, guys. I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, did you know there are over 300 videos and reviews that you've never even seen here at Magic Orthodoxy? It's true. And if you join the membership section today, you'll get unlimited access to that exclusive content. What are those videos? These would be the magic tricks that I buy with my own money. These are the tricks that I want, the tricks I am the most excited about. All you have to do is click the join button on your screen. And there are 2 exciting ways to join. For $2, you'll get access to 8 extra videos a month, 8 brand new videos a month. And for $5 a month, you'll get access to 12 new videos a month. Not to mention, you'll also be part of an exclusive community of almost 500 other magicians. And if you can't find the join button, I will put a link in the description of today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.